my name is Ron Suppes. I'm a western Kansas farmer. You're located right now about 12 miles southwest of Dighton in Lane County, Kansas. It's like in the middle of western Kansas. We no-till about 8,000 acres here. Some of it is summer fallow, but predominantly no-till. We grow about 3,000 acres of wheat and 2,500 acres of sorghum, and we've been trying dryland corn, about 1,500 acres. I would say that we probably go over our land 3 or 4 times prior to planting. I initially had spray coops, starting with a 220, and just worked my way up to the, 4440, I believe, Melrose spray coop. And then I saw some advertisement about this hooded boom that you see here, and decided that with all the wind that we have out here, this is probably the direction I needed to take, because there were so many days that I couldn't spray. So I checked over at Simpson's, and he told me about the boom and basically what it would cost. They are very expensive, but along with being able to spray every day, I don't have to worry about liability on neighbors' crops so much. In fact, I'd even thought about getting liability insurance just to cover the drift that might get over on their crop. With this boom, I don't have that problem. I can spray with winds 30 and 40 mile an hour if I need to. Most of the time I don't have to do that, because on days that it's 15 or 20 mile an hour when other applicators can't be running, I can do that and I stay caught up. Well, the reason I went to an Apache from a spray coop, I really like the spray coop, but the coop is not big enough to handle a boom like this. This is too heavy for a spray coop. So the next thing to do would be to get something a little larger that was more heavy duty, that could hold it, and a bigger tank so I can apply fertilizer. The reason I was interested in the Apache is that I just felt like I got more for the money. You can go to John Deere or Case, but you're talking about a lot more investment there. After my first Apache, I found out that it was a very reliable machine, so that eased my mind, and I've stayed with Apache since. I like the cab because of the visibility, and it's a quiet cab. The thing that they might want to try to improve would be a little work on the air conditioning yet. It still has a little problem on 110-degree days. I've not really had any problems. They had some problems with the pumps, but they've taken care of those. They've worked a little bit on the steering wheel. It's more driver friendly now. You can adjust the thing where you need to have it. It still could have a little bit of work done there, but basically I'm satisfied with the machine. Simpsons and their staff are very good about the knowledge they have. Even when it comes to the GPS, which I know very little about, I'm able to call one of those guys and they can walk me through. If I have a problem, they can take care of that for me. And if I have a problem with hydraulics or anything like that with the boom, a phone call and they're only 60 miles away from me. It sounds like it's far, but it's not. Someone's always out here to help me. Most of the terraces that I have on the farm are what we call a flat terrace, and this boom just floats right over those. You can adjust the pressure, the tension on there as far as, it's like an accumulator on a combine. If you hit a bump with this wheel, it floats. Going over the terraces, it amazed me. I always thought there would be a problem, but on the low flat terraces there aren't any problems. I do have one field that has high steep terraces. I'm still able to spray with this just like a regular sprayer. I'm able to raise the boom, and that's usually what I do, just get it up off the ground. Of course, on the days that I spray that field, it needs to be a little more calm. What I've done here, and why another reason I like the boom, is because you encompass that spray mist. I'm able to use finer nozzles and a little more pressure under this boom and still not have the drift. I've had this sprayer up to the well, the ladder's not down, but it's been in mud pretty deep, just simply because I didn't know the sinkhole was there, and I've not gotten stuck with it. If you can set it up so that you have enough liquid water, for example, you can spray a section a day with this machine. Another thing I like about it, I'm able to go slower because of the length of the boom, the width of the boom. So I try not to spray over 11 or 12 mile an hour because of dust. But at that rate, I can still cover about 120 or 25 acres per hour. And another nice thing with a 1,000-gallon tank, putting a rate on of like 4.5 gallons per acre, which is what I like to use on glyphosate, I'm able to do a quarter without filling, 160 acres without refilling. My fields are about 45 miles apart. I farm in 3 different locations, so you probably haven't seen it, but I have a semi with a trailer that I also purchased at Simpson's, and it's designed to haul this sprayer and also carry enough product, you know, to take care of a section or 800 acres. I can haul 3,000 gallons of water. I get to a location and then I will drive it around, but hauling it is just more efficient. But this machine will run 35 miles per hour, so if you've got a field 5 miles away, it's no problem to fill your tank and get to that field and do that quarter and come back without loading it. We have had a few problems with hydraulics, but like I say, his crew at Simpson's know a lot about that kind of thing, and if they don't know, they get a hold of someone. But all the problems I've had, they've been able to handle right out here in the field for me. Another thing that really helps me at night is the auto steer. If you know that it's going to be late when you're spraying, the idea that I use is to get the perimeter done, and then you don't need to worry about what you're going to run into. And the machine kind of takes over and steers you through the field. This is probably the most important machine that I have on my farm. I rely on it probably more than any of my tractors or drills. When I need to spray, I need to spray, and so far I've been able to do that with very little downtime. Initially, I think a lot cheaper than some of the other big machines that are out on the market, so you save money there. Well, what I try to do is figure out how many acres I've sprayed and the amount of time, you know, my time involved, and how that compares to if I would hire a commercial sprayer. And so far it's worked out that I'm better off to own my own machine, not merely for the fact that I can spray when I want to, but it doesn't cost me that much per acre, you know, to have the thing myself. Plus I have to have something to do. If I'd hire everything out to everyone, why, you know, you want to feel like it, and this is a lot different than farming used to be. You used to kind of attach yourself to a piece of land because you worked it all the time. You were out there. This is different. You don't spend that much time there. And if I were to give this up, then there wouldn't be any attachment. I might as well go live in the city and let someone else do everything. No, overall, I'm very satisfied with the machine. In fact, I've ordered another one, so.